What's up, YouTubers? It's Scott here from MediaShinobi. I'm going to bring you a review of Nisekoi episode 5 and 6. First off, I want to say happy late Valentine's Day to you guys. Hope you guys had fun or, did something. Hope you guys weren't lonely, because I wasn't. Episode 5, nothing much happened. I would consider this the fan service episode, I guess. So in this episode, Raku pretty much has to teach Onodera how to swim. And swimming, everybody's in their swimsuit, and you see Chitoge in her one piece and her bikini, and Onodera in her one piece, and Ruri also. And is it me, or is this episode like their boobies got like bigger or something? Like, hey, at the beginning of this episode, Raku actually overhears Onodera talk about her key and the promise, and he figures like, are they talking about the same promise that he's thinking of? Like, could she be the girl? Ruri, the best friend of Onodera, I don't know, tricks Raku to help Onodera teach Onodera how to swim, and then Oge also helps, but you see her, she's far too advanced in swimming that she couldn't really teach Onodera properly. But pretty much Raku had Onodera to himself, and like he has that little fanboy moment, like, oh my gosh, she's so damn cute. He runs into a cliff and screams out his lungs, I love you so much. And it's like the best thing he could wish for, other than the fact that, I hope she confesses to him. But also during this whole swimming lesson thingy, Ruby is like, oh, it's suspicious. It's still suspicious that those two aren't really going out, Chitoge and Raku. Like, she asked some questions like, oh, I'm borrow your boyfriend for today. Chitoge's like, so the next day, the actual swim meet, Chitoge comes in her one piece and is actually gonna compete. And then they have an argument with Raku saying, oh, you didn't teach her properly. Onodera can't swim yet. She's still using a kicking board and whatnot. And they argue, and this is, you see, it's like old couple arguing. So Rudy's like, yeah, they do argue, but then they do act differently when they're just the two of them. It's I don't know, they seem like a couple, but still something seems off. And then before that whole argument ends, Raku actually says, stretch your legs before you go swimming, honey. And doesn't listen to him. As the swim meet begins, you see everybody swimming, or all the girls except for Ruri swimming, and you see Onodera trying her best with her little paddle, and then all of a sudden you hear like, oh no, someone's drowning, and it turns out it was Chitoge. She didn't stretch before swimming, so she got cramps and started to drown in that very, very deep pool. It was all deep blue in there. And then without a second, Raku dives in to save her. And it was all romantic like. And he did save her. Brought her to shore, or not shore. Brought her to land. And Shu, being the best friend that he is, checks to see if she's breathing. And of course she is. But then Raku doesn't know that. And he's all like, Raku, CPR, now. In front of everybody. And very, embarrassing moment. But he has to, because he's the boyfriend and all, would make more sense. And as he goes in for the kiss or the breathing, Chitoge wakes up and like clobbers him to death. That pretty much wraps up that episode. I forgot to mention earlier, Raku did find a key that Onodera was carrying and assumed that it was for his locket and tries to open it, but then it turns out it was actually the key for the girls' locker room, and so he did get punished for that. And the little funny little endings was Valentine's Day. Apparently, Chitoge can't really make chocolate. Raku gets a ton of chocolates from his Yakuza gangs, all from guys, by the way. So he's like, ugh. And then it turns out Onodera, working at a bakery, can't really cook chocolate and almost kills Ruri, which is kind of funny. Moving on to episode 6. Episode 6, there's a lot more confusion. Raku, or not actually, not Raku. Chitoge actually becomes more closer to Onodera and Ruri, and actually tells them about the secret, like they're not actually dating. And so Ruri, tells Onodera like, you can technically go for it now. I mean, they're not dating. It's only a ruse. I don't think they still know. They know that Chitoge is a family of a gangster, so kind of leaves that part out. But yeah, Onodera has, it's okay to go date now. But before that, both the girls tell Chitoge the actual truth. Like, Raku did, he saved you. He's the one that saved you yesterday, and you kind of, clobbered him to death. And she didn't know. She was embarrassed. She was oblivious to the fact that, oh, he saved me. I thought he was just trying to kiss me or something. But yeah, so they try to do some sensitivity training, and that didn't turn out well. He kept on clobbering Raku every time she tried to apologize or say thank you. And they always misunderstand each other for some reason. And like, Raku thinks, oh, you're talking about the kiss or something. Or you're talking about the whole shoe is a pervert thing. Closer to the end of the day, Raku actually loses his locket after reminiscing, I guess, about the whole situation yesterday. And also, he almost gets confessed by Onodera. Like, it was so romantic. Was it sundown? I'm not sure it was sundown, but they're in a room and like they're alone. He actually thought Onodera was sick and was about to buy her medicine, but then she grabbed him. That moment when the girl you like grabs your hand and like wants to talk to you alone. And it was about to happen, but then a baseball bat broke the window and kind of ruined everything. But it was almost there, almost, and the series could have ended. I'm just kidding. Later that day, Chitoge actually was able to say sorry and thank you for saving me to Raku, and then you see more of her cute side, her embarrassed side, and actually kind of see I could fall kind of for this guy. And she's tsundere, so she knocks out Raku once again. Before they went home, Chitoge actually picks up the locket and fixes it and returns it to Raku later that night, and he's thankful as well. As she drives away, she reminisces about her own memory, her own promise, and is like, it vaguely sounds familiar to what Raku says, Zawi's in love. You'll find out later what that means. But yeah, could she be the girl with the locket? I don't know. There's just more plot twists. Nothing happened much in these episodes. See Chitoge getting closer, making more friends, and Onodera getting the courage or more of a push to confess, since they're not dating anymore. And Raku's still oblivious to everything. But the only main thing that happened for me, besides the whole swimsuit stuff, the fact that at the end of episode 6 you see an introduction to another character. His name is Seishiro Tsugumi, and my favorite character throughout the manga. And give you a little what he does. He is the #1 hitman of the Beehive gang. Being the hitman, I don't know. It's a romance comedy, but then I don't know if she actually killed anyone in the manga yet, or I'm not sure. Yeah, but yeah, he's very dangerous, and he's the best friend of Chitoge. So you better watch out, Raku. He's coming for you. And you tell me what you guys think. How's it gonna turn out? If you guys are read manga, don't try to spoil it for everybody else who hasn't. But if you guys did, tell me who would you like so far. And peace.